Time for a fairly unconventional alliance. We have my own army, the Vampire Counts, led by Kemmler, fighting with the dwarves over here on the left. My friend Havoc is playing as him. Ooh, creepy. Very creepy. I don't even want to look at that anymore. And right now, we're fighting not only Chaos, but Orcs too. They have allied against us, and maybe we've been forced into a very tenuous alliance for the time being. Let's go look at what I have right now. So on my front lines, I have the Königstein Stalkers, the Regiment of Renown. Two groups of Skeleton Spearmen. Behind them, I've got my Grave Guard. And then behind them, my Grave Guard with great weapons. 3 groups of each, it looks like. Then back here, I have a Corpse Cart with a Unholy Lodestone for more regeneration. Kemmler, if you look at his spells, I don't have all the spells that he's able to bring into battle. I don't want to bring them all in. We have an Unholy Lodestone, as I did mention, for replenishment. We have Vigor Mortis for more melee attack and melee defense. And over here, Master of the Dead from Kemmler, to help people replenish, and I'm able to bring in Krell later on. I also did bring in a Vargulf and Crypt Horrors, and 2 groups of Black Knights who I wasn't really able to micromanage to the fullest of my ability, but they're over here hidden in the woods. And if we go look at what Havoc brought in, he brought in the Peak Gate Guard, Hammerers, Dwarf Warriors, Norgrimling Ironbreakers who are very strong, they're highly armored. Back here we have Thunderers, and up here we have Gyrocopters that have anti-large abilities with their Brimstone gun. Then we're looking at 2 groups of miners and 2 groups of miners that have their throwing satchels, their blasting charges. And let's go look at the Chaos player who brought in a lot of regiments of renown. So first off, we have Chaos Marauders that have great weapons over here. 4 groups of them total for a lot of armor piercing. Here's the Mirror Guard who's charging in, 75 in their group total. Over here we're looking at Forsaken. We keep on looking around. We have the Demon Spew, more Forsaken. Yeah, they're pretty gross. All based around Nurgle. And he brought in Sigvald, which goes quite well with the Mirror Guard. And a Chaos Sorcerer of Fire, with more Forsaken. And then over here, the Swords of Chaos that are Chaos Knights. I mean, they're only anti-infantry. They're not anti-large. They do look cool, though. They're quite horny. Let's keep on looking. For the Orc player, we've got Orc Boys, 1 Arachnarok Queen. We've got the Broken Tusk Mob. Back over here, Black Orcs, Savage Orc Biggins. Azhag, who's also flying on a Wyvern. Back over here, a Squig Herd. On the right flank, Chaos Warhounds that have poison. So if we look at what they have right now, they have a fairly balanced out force. Over here, the Chaos player built his entire army around the idea of using armor piercing to break through my lines. I mean, he doesn't fully know where I'm at, but he is fighting the Vampire Counts and the Dwarfs. So it's safe to assume that whenever you're fighting them, that you'll need a lot of armor piercing, which is understandable. Let's go look. Do they really have any auras? Not really, outside of what's over here. Now, the Demon Spew are immune to psychology, so they're not having to worry about me. And they can also debuff me with a Swarm of Flies, -8 to my melee attack, so that does counter 1 buff I have, and they also have Frenzy. But again, it only counters my buff. It doesn't actually do anything that negative to me. Over here, the Black Orcs, what do they have? They have Get On With It, plus 8% to charge bonus. I mean, it's really not that powerful. It's a little bit more damage, but not enough to do anything that dramatic for them. And over here, actually we have a few more units. Yeah, we're looking at the Death Creepers and Thief Robbers. So now that we know what we all have, we can move out. I'm bringing my units over here. I don't actually know what Havoc did because I had to micromanage my side. I haven't played the Vampire Counts in a very long time, so I forgot how to really incorporate their units into a good plan. So here comes the Swords of Chaos right now. I'm gonna move my units over on the right flank, and I have my Black Knights right now over here trying to go after those other units. Unfortunately, they are faster than I am. We just saw a speed of 115, which is very high. I only brought in a few abilities or spells for Kemmler, like the capability to bring in zombies, of course, Krell, and I brought in, I think, maybe Dance Macabre. Here they come now. I have no ranged attacks to hit them. Not at all. Here they come right now. Let's go check out their charge. They're trying to flank me. They're now finding out all of what I have in the woods. I didn't want them to be able to hit me with anything. So here we go right now. They're charging in. It's going to be a very cool charge. Very cinematic. Right into the woods. My spearmen are meant to be there to soak up the charge. And that's what they do. And over here, we have a flame storm that's being used right now. And if it had been used on a unit that was able to regenerate, it would have done more damage, 20% more damage. Let's go look at things right now. What's happening over for Havoc? If we go look at that, He divided up his force a little bit, which was a really bad idea. He should not have done that. He should have brought everything over to fight me. I think he should have flanked me on 2 sides. It would have been sufficient to flank me on 1 side, or to even ignore me. The thing with like fighting a dwarf player is that they're very slow. And so whenever they're very slow, you can go after 1 target. So the orc player could have even moved over there and they could have attacked me on 1 side or whatever they wanted to do. Over here, my Black Knights are not doing too well. I know that I eventually forget about 1 Black Knight group and they end up doing a lot of damage to me. Let's go back to my line. That Flamestorm is doing a lot to me. Going after my Unholy Lodestone. A very cool visual effect. Okay. Over here, we've got the Swords of Chaos with their Forsaken friends. They're trying to move around to flank me. I'm bringing in some zombies to try to clutter them up. My whole goal is to clutter them up as much as I can with any zombie groups that I can bring in. I do eventually bring in Krell to go after that sorcerer. I knew that we could get him. He looks pretty cool, but he's not going to be here for too much longer. Let's keep on looking right now at what's happening over here. Well, they're not quite fighting Havoc yet. Outside of the Chaos Warriors who went after Havoc's miners who have armor piercing. I mean, they are not that strong, but they're very cheap. And then we have a Burning Skull going through the back of my lines. Again, nothing that could really help him out. Maybe if they buffed up a little bit more, that would have helped. I don't know. Swords of Chaos were not able to do a lot. I had them all cluttered up with all of my zombies. And I bring in even more zombies after that. And then I brought in Krell. So Krell is over here right now, going after that Shaman Sorcerer. I do wish he wouldn't decay over time so quickly, but yeah, he does just kind of fall apart. But he is very good just to bring in for fun. He is undead. Causes terror and fear. Oh, really? He's got an inherent fire weakness, or is that from Kindle Flame? No, that's just inherent. Okay. So he's got that going on. The orc player is finally about to clash in, or is clashing in now. The orc boys are charging in, going after the dwarfs. I do hope that eventually we do get new animations. I highly doubt it, but it would be cool if we did, because I don't really care for those too much. I mean, for the orcs, I kind of forgive it a little bit, but not for the dwarfs. So, I don't know what happened. Oh, here we go. A purple sun was used to break up his line. Not really doing a lot of damage. I mean, it just kind of broke through a little bit. Not my favorite ability. Azhag has already taken some damage. It looks like he's trying to target at Azhag. Back here, my Black Knights are just kind of dancing around. There's so much going on in this battle so quickly that I just have to like go into slow motion a lot because it is not a long battle. But here we go. Anyway, I'm fighting over here. We have Aspiring Champions helping out. I brought in my Bargolf to help out too. Sigvald was knocked back. Krell's going to be gone pretty soon. I try to go after that Shaman. And let's go look over here. My zombies are still keeping them busy. They still have the Swords of Chaos fighting. Again, not getting a great charge to fight me. I mean, they are anti-infantry, but they need to charge in. The Thunderers that Havoc has is doing a great job going after Azhag, who should not have been waiting over there. He did use a wall for more melee attack. The Ragnarok Queen is still fighting, only 11 kills. But Havoc has... Oh, and over here he's got his Iron Drakes. I think he brought in 2 groups, and they immediately killed those groups of Chaos Marauders with great weapons. Back here, my Black Knights are not doing very well, but they are very cheap. So, I mean, at the very least, they kept away a lot of units from being able to fight us. And here goes Krell, who actually got no kills at all. He's being beat up by an entire group like that. Not to mention a weakness to fire damage, so he's going to fall apart even faster. And there goes Krell. So they got him. He's gone. I brought in even more zombies. I'm just bunching up. I'm killing some Forsaken. Oh, a few of the Suns are actually trapped over here. Let's go look over at what Havoc is doing. So if we go look at it right now, he's having to fight a lot of infantry, but they're all holding. He brought in a Rune Lord as a leader, which is a good call. Though he's not very good at melee, he's being hit right now. These Thunderers are going to tear down that Ragnarok Spider. Let's go ahead and look at what's happening right now. He brought in some Spider Hatchlings, trying to kind of disrupt him a little bit. But he didn't go after the Thunderers, who again are just shooting that Queen apart. So one thing that I think we have both learned is how important it is to bring in cheaper units if you need to go after big targets. I mean, they may be small, but they can do a lot. Azhag had to fall back. Sigvald is pretty durable, so I don't really plan on getting him in the very beginning. Yeah, he's able to regenerate, which makes him very hard to beat. I still have my Graveguard over here. I eventually try to get into a new formation to flank them a little bit more. We only have a few minutes left in this battle. I'm not going to go over kills, like trying to remember not to do that. We still have a lot of regeneration that's happening. If you look at it, man. Oh, Kemmler can actually regenerate a lot, but he didn't take a lot of damage to begin with. Over here, they have regenerated quite a bit, actually. So while we're doing all of this, I'm having everyone regenerate. But if they do not have a inherent regeneration, they're not going to have that fire weakness. And over here, again, he's still shooting that Ragnarok Queen. He's having to leave the battlefield. I don't think he got to use his Iron Drakes too much. Probably not. Actually, if he had moved him around over here, he would have been able to use him a lot more, I think. He's going after Azhag, who's nearly gone. Let's go watch that in cinematic view. Come on. 2 more shots, buddy. That's all you need. Get him. And there goes Azhag. Ooh, that had to hurt. And of course you have the gyrocopter with a brimstone gun just kind of sitting there. I think he used the bombs at some point. I don't know if he did yet. Ammunition 6. Okay, maybe not. I don't know if that actually counts. No, I think that might be like the normal volleys, right? So he's still fighting. Crimson Killers are tough. They have 50 kills right now. But he still has a backline that's able to help him out. And then I begin to move into. I'm bringing in my Graveguard to help him out while I'm trying to go after the Broken Tusk mob over here. I'm bringing in more zombies, more spearmen, my Vargulfs. I think I'm bringing in my Crypt Horrors later. My Black Knights I kept alive, at least one group of them. Here comes more zombies. Well, Krell's not here. I do like that voice line though. Here comes my Crypt Horrors to help out with their armor piercing. My Graveguard are moving up. I'm bringing in my Unholy Cart, my Corpse Cart. Sigvald came over to fight, but he's not able to really do much. I mean, he's decent if he's able to go after heroes early on, but or even lords, depending if he can beat the lord. He probably could have beaten, yeah, he could have beaten our lords. He should have gone after my lord, but I would have just had my Crypt Horrors and Vargulf knock him back to keep him busy. Yeah, only 2 kills for the Rune Lord, but that's not really why you have him. You have him to buff up your stuff. So he's taking a lot of damage right now, but we are about to win. The Brimstone guns are really getting some heavy hits off. They're all about to break. I'm moving in all of my undead. I'm kind of hoping for a bigger charge in. They either left or they just broke completely. I think they may have left. I don't know, because I feel like they were going to stay here for a little bit longer. These dwarfs are being cut down quickly, these poor guys. Oh, the Satchel did a great job at disrupting those orcs. That did so much. Holy crap. It knocked them down and killed quite a few. No, it looks like they all just began to break. The Exploding Purses did a great job. So let's go look at the stats now. I lost 371. Over here, Havoc lost 537, so he lost a lot of his units, but I mean, he brought in a lot of cheap infantry, and he was able to hold them off the entire time. He was not surrounded, and he had to fight a little bit of the Chaos Player too, which helped me out. And if you go look at it, his Cornerstone units did a great job. 100 kills for the Hammerers, 106 for the Iron Breakers. The Hammers took a lot of damage. The Iron Drakes did not get to do a lot. They're kind of hard to use. I don't know if I would bring into it in the future. The Thunderers were able to take down the Queen, and that's all they really had to do. After that, you just kind of want to reform them and have them flank. The Brimstone gun actually did all right. Probably did a lot of damage to large creatures. I mean, that's what it's really meant for, anti-large abilities. And over here, for the Orc player, yeah, he just didn't have anything to break through. He didn't have enough. He brought in a lot of regiments of renown, but probably too many. He didn't use them all together. I think Thief Robbers and Death Creepers were not a good idea if he didn't have like any type of artillery or like any real reason to skirmish. He didn't really have any of that. He brought a lot of heavy hitting stuff. And Savage Orc Biggins, kind of random, 51 kills, 52 for the Black Orcs. I mean, had he pressed them in sooner, maybe he would have had an easier time. I don't think the Thunderers would have been able to easily hit them. Let's go look over here for the Chaos Player. Oh, he upgraded these. Okay, no wonder they stayed for a while. 86 over here. I don't know if that was probably maybe my Skeleton Spearman. I don't know. The Mirror Guard, 70 kills, 196 for the Demon's View. So, I mean, these are beautiful, but I think they were also fighting my zombies. I mean, he got kills, but whenever you're getting kills against the undead, it's kind of a tough thing to quantify just because they do have regeneration and the ability to bring in a lot of new creatures, which I did. And I got rid of his Sorcerer pretty early on. I don't know if he had any magic left, but if he did, it doesn't really matter because I got rid of him with my Krell. So Krell was fantastic for that, and I got to distract the Swords of Chaos. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed that battle. We've been trying to play a bunch of new factions or different factions for us together. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this, leave a like down below and look forward to more multiplayer battles. Let me know if you like it.